Welcome everyone. It's Dawn Duvall coming to you from the Villages, Florida, where it is 66 degrees outside, and that is cold for us, or at least for me. Welcome everyone. Let me go in and add the comments. So please jump on and say hi. And remember, every time you leave a comment or share the video, your name will go into the drawing for the cards that we make that evening, which will be this evening. So come on in, say hi, let me know that you're out there, and we'll get started here shortly. Hopefully, when y'all pop on, let me know if you can hear me. I think you can. I'm not using my microphone tonight. I just wanted to see how the sound is. So hopefully we'll get some. Hey Denise, can you hear me okay? I'm waiting for an answer. Y'all, I know there's a delay. It's about a 15-second delay. If you can hear me, just type yes if you don't mind. That would be awesome. Hi Kay, how are you? So everybody's starting to pop on. That's wonderful. It's a Tuesday evening. 7 o'clock here in the East Coast. Not sure where some of you are. But welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me on a Tuesday evening. There we go. Now we start seeing, yes, okay, got it. Thank you, Denise. I'm not using my microphone because I think I'm going to have to move around too much. So I thought I'd make sure that y'all could hear me. Anyways, so I hope everybody's doing well. My nose is itching. Go figure. It never fails. Whenever I put on my mask to go somewhere, my nose starts to itch. And I know people think I'm crazy because I start lifting it up so I can scratch my nose. Hi, Jan. How are you? Hi, Jane. We have Jane and Jan. How are you? So anyways, it is about 66 degrees here in the Villages, Florida. We're in the Central Coast, so we're about an hour north-ish of Orlando. And I know for you Midwestern folks or Northern folks, I'm sure 66 degrees probably feels quite warm to you guys, but you know, when you're used to living in an area that's warm all the time, 66 gets a little chilly. So I actually wore long pants and a sweatshirt when I walked the dog this morning. Hi, Karen Joe with the happy clap. How are you? We're going to be heading down to, I don't think we're going in your neck of the woods, next month for December. My husband's finishing up school online, so where he teaches, I should say, and they're sending all the students home. So now they're all concerned now with the virus increasing everywhere, what's going to happen with the students. And you know how college kids are, right? They don't listen. But anyways, he wanted to take the RV, so we're going down to Ocean Breeze. Oh gosh, I can't remember. It's on Jensen Beach. So I'm not sure if that's near you or not. But anyways, we're going to be down there for 30 days. I thought, oh my God. So I have been making cards so that I'll have everything prepared for next month when we do our Tuesdays. And we have a Wi-Fi, an extended Wi-Fi, so hopefully that will work. But I know now how to turn my camera if for some reason it doesn't. But anyways, we'll keep our fingers crossed. So I'm getting all my cards made. Oh my gosh, you guys. If I wish I could show you some of the catalog, the stuff that I guess I probably could show you the stamp sets, but maybe we'll do that next week. But I have made, there's an floral art. It's got some beautiful, beautiful paper. I made about 3 cards of that today. I worked on the dragonfly, dandy wishes or something, and I've made cards galore. So anyways, I'll have to show those to you next week. Just trying to get prepared and get ahead of the game so I'm not, that I don't have to pack a whole bunch of stuff. That's the whole idea. So anyways, it's a nice resort. It's got a really nice pool where we went there before, and it's got a little cafe so you can order sandwiches and stuff, and they have adult beverages if you want. You can't drink them by the pool, but you have to go out anyways in the little cafe area, which is around the pool. But it's nice. It's got pickleball, and there's some restaurants close by. We went to one of the restaurants the last time, ate outside, And it's just nice. So we're just going to go chill out, you know, a different environment for a month. I don't know about a month, but well, you know, whatever. It is what it is. So I'm sure when I get back, I might have, you know, I don't know, I might have to drink heavily with just him and me and the dog. We'll see. But anyways, it'll be fine. We've got our bikes, so we'll bring in our electric bikes. And I know the last time we did a lot of riding. So that should be fun. So anyways, hi Faye. I hope you got your card kits. I sent those out. So you may have gotten them today, if not tomorrow. I sent them out by 2-day priority mail. And I know dragonflies, oh my gosh, and there's a punch, it's a coordinating punch with that set. Hi, Debbie. And dandelion wishes is like those little, what are those things? Dandelions, right? Yeah, duh. Really cute pack of paper. But this art one is just absolutely stunning, and I was working on that one today. Oh my God, it's wonderful. And then the celebration items. Y'all probably seen them, but I'm not going to tell you anymore because I'm going to make a couple and I'll show them to you maybe next week or the following. Whatever. I'll show them to you next week. But I thought I'd do a catalog. I can't show you the catalog until it goes live, which will be January, I think it's the 3rd or so. I'm not sure. But anyways, I'm excited about it. So we have celebration coming up. But right now, we're going to learn. I'm going to talk to you all about the Curvy Christmas and Quite Curvy stamp sets that are now available. And so let's see, what time is it? It's 7:06. All right, well, I think we're going to get started. First off, let me, the names that were drawn last week, so make sure you all comment and share. Oh, thanks, Deb. Okay, the catalog goes live on the 5th. Make sure that you share and leave comments, and then your name will go into a random drawing that I do, and then you'll receive the cards from this evening. I've got one for last week. The other person I haven't heard from, but anyways, or the week before. So last week was the slimline card that I did, 2 of those, and the envelopes. So that will Rosalie, she lives here outside the Villages, and then Karen Woodard. So if you all, I have Rosalie's address, but Karen Woodard, if you come on or if you watch the replay, message me with your mailing address. I'd greatly appreciate it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to flip the camera. Excuse my finger. I'm going to flip the camera. Okay. I'm sure that you all have seen these stamp sets because we've all been showing them to you. This one is only available if you're not a demonstrator. You can only get, well, actually, it's only available until the end of December. So this is not going to be carried. This is in the catalog, but this one will not be carried over, the Christmas one. So if you really like this set, then I highly encourage you to get it. You can purchase it as a bundle. You can actually get, and this is the Quite Curvy, and this is like springy. It's really cute. It's got the leaves that are curvy, and then some flowers here, and then they got different birds sitting and standing in different directions. And then, of course, all the wording is curvy, except for this one right here. So this one you can get with the dies, and there's 10 dies, and you can get this as a bundle. But between now and the end of the month, or December, you can get the Christmas one if you like this one as well. So this is the one that we're going to be using tonight. And then I'm going to show you some other cards that I made. You'll see, I'll show you those after we get done. Okay? So, oh, you did. Good. If you have any questions, let me know. But I put a sheet in there with your link to the tutorials and videos. Okay, so let's get started. I absolutely love this set. I'm really glad that I got it. And I haven't used the stars yet, but I've got a couple of, we're going to do, I've got 2 cards. They're fairly easy, and then we'll do 3 if I have enough time. So I'll stop talking so we can get going. But one thing I didn't do on this one, but I've started doing, is I started cutting out, because these shapes really don't help us on the dies. I'm starting to cut them out and put them on colored paper. So I'll do that. I should have done it. I'll show you these next time, next Tuesday, what they look like. So these are the flowers, of course, obviously. This is a leaf you can cut out. These are the 3 different birds here. I'm not quite sure what this thing is. I don't know what, if it's a cloud. I don't know what this little piece is here. But this cuts out the larger floral. And then this one cuts out the smaller, this one right here, the flowers. Okay, so you get 10 dies. So that's pretty good. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to move this out of the way. Now we will be using one of these dies, if we have time, I'm gonna pull this one off because we're gonna use this later. So let me show you the first card. And these are fairly easy cards. Let me make sure. All right, this is the one that I made. Now, the paper that comes in this suite, I think it's on back order. Don't hold me to that. It might be, but it's Classic Christmas. But what's really nice about this, in addition to it being Christmas colors, on the back side, you can get away with, they're just, they're not quite as Christmassy. That might be, but, you've got just squares and stripes and X's and all that stuff. So it could be used all, throughout the year. But I think this is on back order. But anyways, so if this is something that you're interested in, then you might want to consider getting it before the end of the year because the Christmas one will not be available. The Curvy one will be, but the Christmas one will not be. Yes, and the star stamp makes great cards for, yes, you're right. So this is what we're going to be making. It's a fairly easy card. And I went ahead and pre-cut the piece that we're going to use. Now this is Cherry Cobbler. And it's 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. All right. So I'm going to set that over there. I'm going to pull in my cardstock, and then we're also going to, hang on a minute. I'm looking for my piece of paper. Oh, I put it over here. We're going to also decorate our envelope because I want to make sure that, since we have all this paper, we need to use it up, right? So we're going to decorate our envelope when we get done. It's the easy way to do it. Okay, so we're going to score this at 4 1/4, which I just fold. So I'm going to go ahead and just fold this over. I set up my camera differently, you guys, so I might be feeling a little awkward. I've got it on the left side instead of the right side, but I think it makes it a little bit nicer and neater. So, okay. Hi, Pam. All right, so there's that. And then, so since I've already cut this, now we'll have to trim this down, but I'm going to go ahead and attach that to my Whisper White piece right here. And then what we'll do is once we get this attached, then we'll go ahead and stamp our sentiment. So I'm just going to leave this. Now, when you cut the paper, let me see. I'll show you on the next card. When you cut the paper, you're going to have two pieces. You're going to have one that has the dots in it, where it cuts out these dots. And then the second one is going to be like this with no dots, but it's the curvy. So really out of one 6x6 piece of paper, you can get two curves. If you don't want to use them on the same card, then you'd be able to get two cards out of it. Hi, Chris. Welcome. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and lay this down here. And once I get it on here, then I'll just go ahead and trim this up. Okay, so we've got our curve in here. Now, with the dies and our sentiments, we can adjust these to, since they're photopolymer, we can set them and kind of curve them if we want to get them how we want them to go, right? So we'll do that here in just a minute. All right, so let's go ahead and put some adhesive on here and get this attached. And then once I do, see, and then this is the back side. So it could be like, this looks like, get a little closer. That could look like snow, right? Or we can leave it like that. But we're going to do this because I'm stamping the stamp that looks like this. So we'll just add my favorite glue and put this on here. And then we'll go ahead and attach that. And again, this is an easy card. So, in the dies, you just have to get accustomed on, once you start cutting with them a couple of times and you get the hang of it. The first time I did it, I was like, holy moly. I thought it was going to be really a little, I don't know. For some reason, I thought it was going to be hard to do, but it really wasn't. So, all right. So I've got that on there. And of course, the glue is going to allow me to move it up just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and trim this off. So let me flip this over and we're going to trim that right off there. And I've got a little bit hanging over, but I'm not too concerned about that. So welcome to those of you that are new. I see some new names on here. Thank you for joining us. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp our sentiment, and then we're going to stamp some leaves. And this is shaded spruce, in case you all didn't know that. It is. And let me get my ink out here, because we're going to use that here in just a second. All right, and then we're going to put May Your Days Be Bright and Merry from the stamp set. So I think what I'm going to do, because it's kind of curved this way. Now, I could do it like that, but it's tending to bend this way. So I think what I'm going to do is just have it Let me see if I can bend him just a little bit. I think I'm going to put him on the block and see if I can't bend it down just a little bit. So I want this part here to go up. And then I want this one. So this is a nice thing about the photopolymer. I'm going to try to pull this one down just a little bit and see if we can get that to work. I think that'll be fine. It's not going to be quite curvy. Let's see if we can move this one down a little bit and see if we can get him to curve. Oh, I think that'll look right. Let's do that. Okay, so I've got him where I want him. Let's go ahead and open up our ink. And again, this is shaded spruce. Man, I'm having a hard time. There we go. Because I'm afraid I'm going to get my fingers in it, you know. All right, so let's go ahead and stamp this. We'll make sure we get him nice and good. Now, I've got it curved enough, so I think I'll be all right. And you know what? I don't want to do this in green. Let's do it in, I'm sorry, that's my mistake. Let me do it in, let's do cherry cobbler, because that'd be way too much green. My mistake. Let me clean this little guy off. Good thing I caught that, because we wouldn't be able to fix that one. All right, hang on. That was going to be way too much green. It probably would have looked fine, but let's do cherry cobbler. That'll look better. I kept thinking, what does that look funny? Looks funny. All right, let me make sure I got my stamp curled. Yeah, I think that'll work. All right, we're going to use cherry cobbler instead, not the shaded spruce. That'll be for another card. Maybe. Maybe not. Let's see. Yeah, let's go. Let me move this one down just a tad. I want to just try to get it a little bit more bended. There we go. All right, so I'm going to stamp that right about, and you don't have to, you know, I think I'm going to do it like this because it looks like it's going downhill. So we'll just stamp it like that. I think that'll be fine. I mean, it's a little open over there, but that's okay. No biggie. See, my other one, I did it close to the edge, and that probably looked better, but that's all right. We can, we'll figure out, maybe we'll put a little leaf there or something. Okay, so I'm going to clean that off. All right, now we're going to go ahead. There's my spruce. I knew I needed this for something. We're going to stamp a couple of these leaf images here, and we're going to stamp over here. Actually, I probably could put one there, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm just going to leave it like this. Let me get a piece of scrap paper so I can stamp on this. I'm trying to be really organized, you guys. I have been so proud of myself getting so much done. You know, when you're forced to do something because you know you're not going to be around and have all your stuff, it kind of forces you to, you know, work a little faster and harder and stay focused. All right, so I'm just going to stamp whatever kind of a leaf thing this is. And I'm going to stamp, I think I'll stamp off. Now, let's make it full strength. This morning I was working on something on the computer. My husband, of course, he's online, and you know, he was grading, and he just wanted to chit chat to me. And I finally said, "You've got to stop talking to me. I can't concentrate." I was getting so frustrated with him. I think I'll leave it like that. I don't think I'm gonna add any more. I think that's good. Well, I could probably add. I'll do a little one right here. That way, there we go. Let's do that. Okay. This looks a little empty over here, but it'll be okay. I think it's fine. So let's go ahead and add this, and then I am going to add our little bird. Now I went ahead and I did go ahead and cut him out and colored him with the blends because I didn't want, I've got the big shot, but I really didn't want to bring it in and have to use it every time because it would take forever. So, and then we're just going to lay this right here. Get that on there. And again, like I said, it's a very easy card. I probably could put some leaves right there. And then I got my little birdie. I painted him like, I don't know what I colored him. I guess like a robin with a red belly or something. I don't know. I don't know birds very well, other than the ones that come and eat my bird food out of the bird feeder. And I'm going to set him right here like he's in the branch. And that's it. Isn't that pretty cool? Okay, and then now we're going to decorate our envelope. Of course, we have our white piece of cardstock. Where is it? To go in the inside, which you would put in here, which I didn't bring. So put that in there. Now, the envelope, I'm going to decorate the envelope. So since I have this paper, we want it to coordinate. So all I'm going to do is use this paper. And I'm going to take my stamp and seal, and I'm just going to put adhesive, on the back of the envelope. And just follow the, just follow the path around. Oops. I just put a new seal in here, and now it's going to act up, isn't it? Yep, it's going to act up on us. All right, let me get a little bit over here because I don't think I have enough. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to lay this down on here. I got glue on my fingers. All right, so whenever we send out our cards, right, we want to have nice, pretty envelopes. Now, this one, there's no really, if you had a design, obviously you'd want it to go down. But since this is, and I'm going to line this right up to where the fold is, okay? So we're just going to lay it on there and then flip it over, and we're just going to trim it with our paper snips. So this is just a nice way. It helps to use up our paper, right? Because most of us, even though we love it, we don't want to use it because it's too pretty, right? So we tend to hoard our designer paper. And I have some holiday paper I found from last year. So we're going to start decorating envelopes one way or the other. And then I still have this piece that I can use for something else. So we'll set that off to the side. And there's our envelope. So isn't that pretty? Look at that. Now, whoever receives that card, isn't that a nice look? And put my little cardinal there. This needs something here. So I may have to come back and maybe stamp another branch. But anyways. All right. So that's our one card using the Curvy Christmas stamp set. All right. So let's move on to the next one. Now this one, I think I'm going to need my paper. Okay. Let me get that card. Hold on 1 minute. Let me shift my ink around. Now this one is where I was talking about when you cut. This is using the frosted... we went through this last time. Frosted, whatever that frosted paper. Why can I not think of that? You told me last time, Karen, too, and I don't remember. Okay, so this is the Christmas paper. This is the back side of one of them. And if you see how this one, okay, so here's the curve, right, where I cut. And then here's the one that I just cut back, what cut it off was the dots right here. See that? So that would have been the dots, and I just trimmed it down to go on the top of this. And then this one I put here, and then we stamp this. And this is in Seaside Spray. And again, it's 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So these I went ahead, and I've already trimmed them, but now we need to cut it in half. So I'm going to move this one out of the way, and let me get all my stuff here. And we're gonna stamp, and then there's a bow in there, so I've already stamped him, so we're gonna color him with blends, and we'll fussy cut him out. Okay, so we'll go ahead and fold this one over, and again, this is Seaside Spray. And I thought this is a really cute. I love this color. It's a really pretty color. Oh, Feels Like Frost. Thank you. I don't know why I cannot remember the name of that. And I love the paper from last year. I still had some of that left over. And let me tell you, I bought another pack of it when I saw it in the catalog this year. So, all right. So we have 2 white inserts, which one's going to go inside the card, and then one's going to go on the outside. And this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper trimmer, and I've already ran this through the die cutting machine with the die, and I did it on both sides. So I'm just going to cut this probably right down the middle, and it's not really going to matter because it's going to work. We'll just, so I'm just going to kind of guess, how big is this thing? So I think I'm just going to move it to where I think it might be kind of center. Probably about like that. Let me see. We're going to move it up just a little bit. I'm eyeballing this, so, and it's really however you want to do this. All right, so now I've got my 2 pieces, and we'll trim these down too because they're going to be, again, this paper is 6 by 6. So I'm going to put this one down here. So this one's a little bit shorter. But then this one, now I might trim him down because he might be too big, which I think I will. So this one, I'm just going to lay it right up here, okay? And then, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere this one, and then we'll come back. See how pretty this paper is? Oh, I love it. All right, so let's go ahead and add this one. And again, I'm going to trim. I'm not going to go all the way to the edge because I'm going to trim that off. And this is just another quick, easy way with this set. And I can't wait to start doing the spring, like spring cards and the flowers and stuff. That's going to be really pretty. All right, so we're going to take this one. And we're going to lay that right here on the bottom of this paper. Get it so it's even. And then I'll trim this off. All right, so we got that done. All right, now this one I want down like this. So see how it kind of is the opposite shape? So I'm thinking I think I want to have a little bit more room. So I think I'm going to cut maybe about, I'm going to start with like a 1/2 inch. I don't want to do too much, maybe 3/8. Let me do a 1/4 inch first, and let's see. what that does. And because I just want to make sure I have enough room. Let's leave that there because we might need to cut some more. Let's see. Let me see. Let's see. That's my card. Where's my other card that I did? All right. Probably. Oh, I'm sitting on it. Yeah, I think it's. I think I'm gonna go a little bit higher because I want to make sure we have enough room. I probably do, but let's go a little bit higher. I'm gonna cut another. I'm just gonna cut another little quarter off. Or yeah, maybe not even a quarter. I just want to make sure that we've got enough room to do our sentiment and everything. Okay, I think that's good. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll attach this. And that's going to go just like this. All right, so let's go ahead and actually we could have it more like that if we wanted. I think that's what I'm going to do. And we'll cut this part off over here. So, and it's really, however y'all want to put this together, right? I just love this, whoops, I'm going to put that glue right there. It's really a nice set. Whoever designed this one did a really nice job. All right, so let's take that and we're going to lay this right here. I'm going to butt this one up and then we'll cut that side off. So let's go ahead and make sure we've got him on there even. All right, so we've got those. Do y'all refer to your cards as male or female? I don't know why I do that. I do. I'm not sure. I've said that before. I don't know why I do. Maybe it's from being in a military family and they always refer to, you know, the ship's always referred to as a she. Well, boats overall are, you know, as a she. I'm not sure. But anyways. All right, so we're going to cut that off and then I'm going to cut this one off. And actually, I'm going to trim this one right here just a little bit. It's hanging over. Not much to worry about, but since I'm trimming, I might as well trim it up. Okay, so there we go with that. Now we're going to pull in our Seaside Spray ink and our blends. And let's see, we're going to, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. And we're going to do that in Memento Black. So let me get that out. And then this one, we're going to, this one I pulled out Thinking of You at Christmas, but maybe I want to do the other one because that one looks better because it's much longer. It's a little bit longer. So let's do that. May your days be bright and merry. So let's go with that one. I'm going to change it up. May your days be bright and merry. Is that what I did on this one? Oh, I did, didn't I? All right, we'll do that. Thinking of You at Christmas. We'll put this one back up. Okay, so let's do that. Let's put that on there. So I can curve him around. Again, let me make sure this is cleaned off really good. And make sure we don't get any ink on our card. So I'm just going to stamp it. Yep, it's clean. All right, so let's ink this up in Memento Black. And let's see. Let's go ahead and I'm going to curve it this way since it's already on the stamp and it's curved. So I think that will work. Actually, I'm going to bring this up just a little bit. Hang on a second. This is a little too curved for me. All right. So we'll do, there we go. All right, so we're going to put him, this one's going to be a little bit different. So we're going to do that right there. See, no cards are ever alike. All right, that's good. Clean off my stamp. Hear my squeaky. Okay. Now we're going to bring in our Seaside Spray and our leaves. Let me find the, oh, I didn't pull those out, did I? And I'm going to use this right here. They've got one going in each direction. So I'm going to use both of those. So let's pull those out. And we're going to stamp those on each side. Let me get those pulled out here. And one goes one way and one goes the other way. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up here. And it really doesn't matter. You can use whichever one you want, right? So I'm going to go ahead and place this one right about here. All right. And then this one, let me take this one off. Put that there. And then we'll put this bigger one. And we're going to put him, we'll stamp that one there. All right, and then we're going to stamp this one right about here. I'm going to stamp it off just a little bit because I want I think that'll work. Because we're going to color a bow and stick the bow in the center. And then that hopefully will pull in the gap there. All right, so we're going to close that up and get that out of our way. All right. And then I've got my blends, the dark and light of the Seaside Spray. And this is my light. And I'm bringing in I stamped a bunch of bows. I figured I was stamping them. I might as well stamp several that I can use for later. So I just stamped these bows, and we're going to go ahead and color. Let's color this one, and then I'm going to just fussy cut it out. I'm just going to add a little bit of color, not a whole lot. So this is the dark, so I'm just going to start with this and color this in. And I think I'm going to have to order another set because I think my dark is running low. So I'm just making some little like shadowy where I think there might be some shadows on the bow. And then I'll come back in with the light and add a little bit of color to this. And I'm going to leave some white showing, but not a whole lot, you know. And then just color this in. I ordered a painting kit, like a paint by number of a sea turtle. Do you think I've started it yet? No. But my plan was to color it, to paint it, and see how it turns out. And then if I like it, I'm going to hang it in the RV. But we'll see. Like, I've got time, but I'm going to have to make time because it's been sitting on the dining room table for about a week. So, all right, let me just add a little bit more dark to this. I want my bow to be a little bit darker in here. Let me see if my other... This is crazy. You don't think you use them that often. Now, I've got color in my big tip, but the little one doesn't show, is drying out. So I use that one a lot because I'm just more comfortable using that one in smaller spaces. Okay, I think that's good. All right, let's come back just a little bit and just kind of blend that. Just enough to blend it in. There we go. I think that's good. Okay, I'm just going to fussy cut those out. Or this one, I should say. All right, we'll put that off to the side because we'll use that one later. Don't you like these I love the non-traditional. I like traditional Christmas colors, but I really like the non-traditional ones. They're so pretty. You know, like when we did those snowflake cards, oh my gosh, I just really love those. Oh, that's the other thing I got to do since we're going to be gone. I've got to make sure I've got enough Christmas cards so I can get all those together and get those mailed out. I'll tell you, I told my husband, I said, you know, it's fine, but I don't even get to decorate the house because we're not going to be here. I don't really do a lot of decorations, but I like to decorate the yard. I like to put my animals out. And I guess we're not going to do that because we're not going to be here, but it's okay. It's all right. And I think I need to clean my scissors. I think I got too much goo on them. I guess I'll be getting the Goo Gone stuff out. All right, so I'm just going to make sure I get kind of the little pointy things off. Yeah, these are nasty. Those are nasty scissors. All right, so let's go ahead and put a dimensional on the back of this guy. And I think I'll do, I should be able to get, can I get a big one on there? Yeah, let's put 2 big ones on there to hold them in place. I think that'll work. Okay. All right, let's put this on first. So go ahead and add our adhesive. And this is the Tombow or the green glue or whatever, white glue, whatever they call it. So we will attach this to our card. Now, isn't this pretty? I just love this. It's just a soft, a soft color. All right, and then we're going to take the bow and we're going to put him in the center, and hopefully I've got it somewhat centered so it looks right. And yep, I think that'll work. And we're going to put him right about there. There you go. Isn't that cute? And again, it's another quick and easy card that you can make. And this could be, you could easily make this, use that and make that into like a birthday card or thinking of you card or whatever. We're going down in Florida to near Jensen Beach with the RV. We're going to be down there for the month of December. All right, so there's our second card. So what do y'all think about that? All right, well, we've got time. So, oh, we got lots of time. All right, so we're going to bring on the next one. Let me move these out of the way here. And oh, you know what? Hang on a second. I didn't show you what I did on the inside of the card. On the inside, what I did, I decorated the inside. They have these dots and the snowflake. I put them on the same block. If you can see that over top. I don't think, maybe you can see it there. Yeah. I put them on the same block, and then I just stamped them to decorate the inside. So that one's decorated. I'll decorate this one later. All right, so that's that one. So I don't guess, whoopsie, I don't guess I need that. So let me move this out of the way. Get my, okay, now I need my spruce. So give me 1 second. I'm going to get this stuff out, and I'll show you what we're going to make, because I'm going to have to bring the Big Shot in. Big Shot, oh my goodness, the die cutting and emboss machine. I wish they would come up with a name for this thing, because that is a mouthful. I'm going to put these away real quick. Let me just stick them in here so I don't lose them. I'm going to need these blocks right here. Give me just a minute. But, you know, I said we had a team meeting by Zoom on this past Saturday, and we were talking about it should be named The Boss. And I said, well, I don't know if we could get away with that, because they'd probably have to trademark it, right? And it's probably, Bruce Springsteen probably has that name, don't you think, since he's known as The Boss? So, who knows, right? All right, so let me pull in my stuff and let me show you the card. All right, this is the card that we're going to make. Hopefully I can do this and not mess it up, and then I'll show you some other cards that I did when we get done. All right, so this one I am going to bring the machine in and cut. All right, so let me put this aside and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, I just love this. And all of these, you know, and I've said this before, I'm not creative. So these are all that I have cased from somewhere. So, all right. So what I'm going to do on this card, okay, and this is on thick whisper white, 4 1/4 by 11, and scored at 5 1/2. Okay. So what I'm going to do on this one is we're going to take a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of whisper white. I'm going to use this as my building block to put my paper on, okay? And again, this is another way that you can use up your strips of paper. And then I've already cut this, so, but I'm going to recut this again, because if you noticed, I have, and I don't know if you saw it, let me see if I can zoom in enough so you can see it. Whoa, I did get to zoom, there we go. I have to get the camera. See the silver right there? All right, so that's a piece that I cut, and then I stuck it behind it. All right, so I'll trim this down when we get done. So let me zoom back out a little bit so that I don't have this right in your face. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to build my, and I've got scraps here, little pieces and big pieces and some other pieces. So I made a little mark because I know right there, I know I want my curve. When I cut this, so here's the die that we're going to do, right? So when I cut this, I want it to cut down like that, right? So it's going to be like a slope, you know, like you're going down the ski slope and you're going up to the, whatever they do in the Olympics. So I want to start right here, and I'm just going to piece these together, and then we'll cut them as we go, and then we'll see what happens. And I've got stars, so I'm going to do this one first. So I'm going to place adhesive. And I'm not going to go all the way because I know some of this is going to have to be cut off. And we'll use that for when we need it to fill in another place. So I'm going to lay that right about here and just lay it down. So again, and I cut these at, I think these are 3/4 of an inch. But you could cut, you know, bigger and smaller ones, right? And then I'll trim these off when we get done. So then I'm going to do, let's see. Let's do the dots next to this one. So I'm going to keep these even because I know my thing is going to go like that, right? So, and again, this is what, it took me a little bit of time because I had to think about how, you know, how far this was going to go, right? To cut it. So you don't want to waste your paper, but you want to get it so it looks nice. All right, so we're just going to butt these up and get them to dry. And then I'm going to put one of the beige ones, which I probably should have done that first. This, let's do the snow. Let's do snow. We'll put some snow here. And I think, so by looking at this, I can probably start to come down a little bit. Right? So I think I'm going to start right there. So I can bring this one down just a tad, because I still want to have enough room. So let me go ahead and put some adhesive on that. And then I'll bring the big shot in. And we'll cut it. And then we'll go with our putting it together. So this is just a little tedious part right here, but it's okay. All right, so there's that. Now I'm going to flip, let's see, I think we'll do this. Let's do the red. I don't know, I don't think I can do the red. Yeah, I can probably do the red. Let's see. So if we're going to cut him, make sure we can get, yeah, that'll work. So we'll put the red there, the stars. I really like that stars. That would make a great July 4th card, wouldn't it? That paper. All right, so we're going to put this one in there. I know just what y'all want to do is watch me piece paper together, right? All right, so we're going to put that there. Bring him up just a little bit, so even if we cut it off. Okay, so we've got red, green, beige, red. Let's do some green, and we'll do this. Let's see, let's do the thicker one. And no, you know what? Let's do the trees. Let's put some trees in here. Let's do the trees. So we can put that right about there. Actually, I can bring him down some too. All right, so I'm going to cut this because I know I'm not going to need all that. But I'm pretty confident that when I do this, he's going to get cut off. Yep. Okay, so let's put these trees there, and then we'll end with some green. See, and this has, I don't know what you call it, X's and like diagonals on it. Make sure we get our trees going the right direction, huh? All right, so we're going to lay this there, and I want them all to be at the bottom because I don't really want to trim the bottom. And then we'll do, is this going to work? Oh, look at that. That little piece right there fits. Oh, aren't we lucky? So we'll put this little piece right there. So I'm going to cut him off too before I start snipping. All right, there we go. So I might be able to use him for something else. All right, so let's go ahead and glue this one down. All right, and I need my tweezers. We'll put that there, and that covers up our entire card, so we'll get them together. Oops, I got a little bit of a gap there, but that's all right because that's going to get cut off. Okay, so that's all on there, right? So let me go ahead and trim off the back of the paper, and then we'll bring the die cutting machine in, and we'll cut this, and then we can go ahead and work on finishing up this card. Okay, there we go. So we have some little scraps, but they've got some adhesive on them, so we're just going to put these in the trash. Me and my sticky glue. Whoopsie. All right, so let me bring in the big shot. Oh, I don't know why I want to call him the big shot. I guess I'm so used to that. I've got two of those guys, too. Two of the old ones. All right, so let me bring him in. And I know that you all have seen this. Oh my goodness. I love the fact that it's it folds up and it's so compact. Okay. So as you know, this tells us what we need to do as far as our plates. And the one thing I love about this, let me see if I can zoom out some. The one thing I love about this is that it is numbered, so it's dummy proof. Isn't that cool? All right, so then we're going to place our plate number 2, and then we're going to do number 3. And I know this is a little close, so just bear with me. I'm going to put that right there. And let me find my piece. There's my card right there. And then my die. Now, I don't have the magnetic plate on here, but this should work. So I'm going to cut this about, we want to get a nice slope. So let's do it about like that. How's that? So I'm just going to lay that there. And then we'll lay this on top. And you can use, your washi tape or whatever tape that you have. So I'm going to go ahead and run this through. And now, I don't know if the table's going to shake or not, but hopefully it won't. And the camera's probably shaking. And you'll hear crunching. So those of you who've not used one of these machines, you hear that crunching, which is fine. That means it's cutting. So we're going to pull this out and pop this off. Let me move this big boy out of the way. Bear with me 1 second. All right, so we'll pull him off of here. Now see what we've got? Doesn't it look like a ski slope? Well, if I can get it off. Hang on a minute. There we go. Let's pull him out of the way. Hang on a minute. Just trying to push my stuff so it doesn't fall on the floor. All right, so doesn't that look like a ski slope? Now, you can still use this for something else. See how that one is got the dots on it? So, actually, you could cut this and use this, trim it down, and I could use this and make another card, right? Bruce is I know he is, isn't he, though? Bruce Springsteen. So I can guarantee he probably has that. Wouldn't you think he'd have that that trademarked, the boss? I would think he would. I know if that was my name, if somebody was calling me that all my life, I think I would. Okay, so we have this, and I put that on the back to give it some stability. So let's bring our card base in, and I've scored this at 5.5, and I've got some ink on it, so we're going to use that because we're going to cover it up. Okay, so there we go. All right, so let me get my bone folder. I'm going to use this scratch paper here. Actually, I don't need that right now. Do you notice how I talk to myself? Do y'all do that? I talk to myself all the time. My husband gets so irritated with me. Okay, all right, so this is what we've got to do now. So I'm going to trim. I've got to trim this up because I got to get him in here, right? I want this guy to go underneath so I can get my slope, and I think I'm going to have to do him like this, right? So he may have to go on top. So I'm going to, all right, because what I want to do, what my thought process was, let me lay this flat before I glue this down. So this is going to go like that, right? And I've got to trim that up right there, but we'll do that after I attach it. All right, so this is going to go like this. So I am going to, see what happened? Now look, because I wasn't thinking, I'm going to have to cut this. So I think what I'm going to do is have to cut it down so we can get it like, oh no, we've got the slope going the other way. That's not going to work, is it? This was working in my brain. Yeah, this slope went that way, and I needed it to go up. I cut this one down instead of up. That's why. So I guess we're not going to put any silver because I don't think I can make, no, it's not going to work with the slope. If I turned it this way, I mean, we could definitely put the silver, but that defeats the purpose of having the lines there, though I could trim it right along that thing and then glue it down. Why don't we try that? All right, give me a minute. Let's try this. It's got the crease from where the die cut goes, so let's just trim it off. And what's the worst that happens? I don't use it. So let's see. I'm gonna come in this way. This will work. So see, we have to be open and creative when things don't go as planned. And you know me, there's always something that doesn't go as planned. All right, so now we have our little piece, so that'll be fine. We're going to work with that. So what we'll do is we're just going to go ahead and glue him down, and we'll trim him off because he'll fit right there. We're going to butt him right on up. Look at that. Right? Okay, good. Perfect. So let's go ahead and put this down. So we'll save that silver piece for later. Bear with me. I'm trying to get myself organized here. All right, so let's go ahead and add some adhesive. I don't want to put too much. All right, and then we'll attach this, and then we're just going to butt that right up to our card front. And so we're going to lay this right here, and I'm going to trim that off the side in just a minute. All right, so we're going to get that down here. And I could have trimmed this up a little bit, but honestly, I don't think anybody's going to be looking at that and questioning that the bottom is a little crooked, but that's all right. So we're going to just trim that off. Okay. All righty. So let's take I'm thinking that rather than using glue, I'm thinking about maybe putting glue dots. What do y'all think? I think let's try some glue dots. That might work a little bit easier. Let's see how they do. I'm really living on the edge here. So let's do that. I think that'll work better. Hang on. Riley, my dog has a habit of licking her feet, and it's enough to drive you crazy. And I don't know how to get her to stop. I've been giving her Benadryl. Yep, I think the glue dots are going to work. So let me just put a couple on here. I don't think I need very many. it's driving me crazy. The vet said to give her Benadryl. Well, I gave her some of that. Well, maybe I haven't done it consistently though, because I didn't know if I should give it to her every night or not. So I haven't, but maybe I need to, because she's getting on my nerves now because she's licking her feet all the time. Oh, Linda, saving it to watch for later. Glad you joined us. I know you're probably fixing dinner in your neck of the woods. All right, so we're going to use some glue dots on this. So this is how I'm going to improvise, right? So since I couldn't get it the way I wanted it, we're just going to glue it, put the adhesive on there, the glue dots, and I'm butting it right up to this slope. So look at that. Then you don't know any different, right? Okay, so that's going to change our whole wording. I'm going to have to really trim. So we're going to trim this right here. Let me flip it over. All right, so we're going to trim that off. And we'll trim this little piece off right here. And then now we're going to do our sentiment. We're going to have to really get creative on bending. Now this has, just use your pokey tool, because those little dots will stick in there. So we'll just get that out later. All right, so there is our slope. And I just used the glue dots to hold that down. So I think that looks fine. Doesn't look like a roller coaster though. So, all right, now we're going to stamp this with Thinking of You at Christmas. Now this one, we're going to have to figure out how we want it to go, right? I don't think I'm going to do it curvy. I think I'm going to do it like this across. And then we'll put some we'll put some leaves down. I think I'm going to do it that way. That way it kind of takes up, because we've got a lot of white space up here. So let's just do that. Let's just stamp it right about there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put my block on this. And let me see if I can get him on here. I might have to use a different block. Hang on a minute. Get his corners going. There we go. All right, so I think that's what we'll do. All right, so we're going to stamp this in Shaded Spruce. I knew I had the Shaded Spruce for a reason, right? And then we'll stamp a couple of the leaves that I put back. So let me grab those real quick, because I'm going to use the bigger of the two that we used before. So let me pull those out too. All right, and we'll use that in just a minute. All right, so let's go ahead and ink this little guy up. Thinking of You at Christmas. And this is going to be, let me see. Hang on a minute. I'm going to stamp this because I don't know if I want it that curvy. Yeah, I think that would be fine. We want to have a little bit of a curve to it, right? Because it's a curvy Christmas. So let's stamp that right about here. I'm just going to let it sit for a minute just so that the ink will transfer. And these are the photopolymer stamps. I really like these stamps. One, because you can see what you're... Oops, I still need this ink. You can see how to place your stamps, which I think is awesome, because that way you can help get a better placement. And you know, one thing I haven't been using is my Stamp-A-Ratus. I really need to pull that out. We should start using that, because that would be really helpful. But it helps for placing. Okay, so I'm going to use this flower or this leaf stamp here, and we're going to stamp that in green. I'm going to use this one. Yeah, it is a Christmas roller coaster. So I am going to, I think I'm going to stamp off. I don't think I want it this dark, the Shaded Spruce. And I'm just going to stamp a leaf. I'm going to put one right here. And then I think I'll stamp off again so it's a little bit lighter. And I think I'll have it come off the paper. I think that looks nice. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to add anything else other than my little bling. We'll put some bling on it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that. And then I'm going to bring in some of these, the red rhinestones. I'm going to put those at the top. Let me pull these out. And then when I get done, I'll show you the other cards that I made with these sets, just so that you can see. I'm going to put one right here and one right here. And if you have your pick-me-up tool, you take your pick tool, you can use that. And then I think I'm going to put, which I did on the other one, I'm going to put a couple of rhinestones. Let's put some medium size, just to give it a little bit more bling. And we'll put this one. And we'll put that one. Oh, that's a different size, isn't it? Is that the different size? Yep, he's a different size. Hold on. I wanted this. Oh, here we go. Nope, that's the same size, isn't it? Shoot ski. All right, we'll go with these little guys. And we'll just put 2 right there. All right. Isn't that cute? Okay, so there's that card. Hang on a minute. Let me move my stuff out of the way. Let me bring in the other ones that we made this evening so that y'all can see. Hold on, I got to find my batch of my other one that I just made. Oh, it's right. No, where did it go? Oh, it's back here. Okay, so here's the ones that we made. All right, so this one here. And then we made this one with a seaside spray. Isn't that pretty? And then we did this one with the little birdie. So those are using the Curvy Christmas stamp set that you can get through the end of December in a bundle and save 10%. Now let me show you some of the ones that I did last week. Let's see, 2 of these. Here's another Christmas one I did, and then I'll show you 2 that aren't. This is using the shaded, I love shaded spruce. I just really do. And I put a piece of real red cardstock, and this is that sheer red ribbon. Now here I cut that paper again, and if you can see, let me zoom in a little bit. Whoops. Then you can see the trees. These are lined up, and then I stamped the stars that coordinate. So that's just another way that you can do that. Isn't that pretty? Of course, I don't have anything on the inside, but normally I would. All right, now here's this one I'm going to show you last because this one was a pain in the you-know-what to put together. Not the one I'm getting ready to show you, but the next one. All right, and then here's one I did with a window sheet, which I should have used last week. But this is one of the spring ones. And this is wishing you the happiest of birthdays. And these are the vines, if you recall. Let me pull that stamp set out. And it is right here. And I colored these with blends. So it's this one right here. And then I use this one for the flowers. And I stamped 3 of these, and then I cut pieces off. So I put wishing you the happiest of birthdays, and then I cut one off here. Now this is another die. Do you not like that? Look at that. Isn't that cute? With the little, it reminds me of the Saint, you know, the New Orleans Saints. I forget what they're called, but that's in this die as well. And that's curvy. So see, you can have it, you can cut it like that, or you can have it down where they're, you know, whatever, whichever way you want. And then I colored these, and then I just attached the flower pieces. I kind of tucked them under the leaves, and then I put a piece of the designer paper inside, and you can write on this, or you can put a piece of Whisper White. And so that was the one spring card that I made. And then this one I copied from Mary Fish, but let me tell you, her card looks much better. This one was very difficult to do because of trying to cut the paper. I like the design, but trying to cut it this way, and then when you cut it, you got to make sure your paper is going the right direction, so you could get one going that way because they're going opposite directions. And mine are a little bit more pointy than hers were, but I kind of like it. It's different. And this is on Pretty Peacock, and I used Blackberry Bliss, if I'm not mistaken, Mossy Meadow, I think this is Cajun Craze, and Crumb Cake. But I thought that was something different looking. So I thought that was cute. Oh, thank you. So those are some of the ones that you can make with this set that aren't Christmas related. And then, of course, if you want the Christmas one, you got to get that for the end. So here's the Christmas ones that I did tonight. And there you go. And then we have our roller coaster one. So there you go. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I'm going to put me back on. Oh, there goes my hand. So anyways, thank you all for joining. I'm glad that you took time out of your Tuesday evening. Thank you for spending that with me. And can you believe I did that in an hour? Oh, I'm shocked. Even I talked too. Anyway, so thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you leave some comments. Like my Facebook page if you haven't already. If you haven't visited my YouTube channel, please do that and subscribe, and give me a like on that one as well. And I will see you. I know Tuesday is the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, but I'm going to go ahead and come live. If you all have family in town, you're not able to, I understand. But those of you that aren't and you want to watch, we'll come up with some other cards, and I'll show you some new stamp sets out of the spring catalog. All right, thank you, everyone. I greatly appreciate you taking time from your schedules to watch this. Make sure you share and leave a comment because your name will go in the drawing, and you'll get the cards that I created this evening. if your name is drawn. So, all right, thanks again, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks, everyone.